Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Algae Crypto, where I will teach you what exactly LAO monetization is. I'll thoroughly show you how the internal LAO market truly works for selling and buying various items, such as Kaka or premium content. All of that, there's a really intense, really nice how it moves internally, whether it's through WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups, or right here where it says trade. Look, it moves here in the market. There's a market you need to understand. It's a very vast market to be able to make money from this type of MMORPG game called LAO. Okay, let's start with the basics. This game has a trade feature here, which is where things are bought and sold in exchange for Kakas. Kakas are the in-game currency that is bought and sold the most because it's the one that's traded the most. Because with Kakas, you buy things. Gems and these precious gems are what fundamentally allow you to effectively equip your powerful gear and meticulously set up your comprehensive support system within the game. Remember that you have to set up a premium if you want to equip it, and then you have to buy the support. The hunting, the premium costs 250 gems, hunting costs 100 gems, and bless also costs gems. With bless, when you get killed, you don't drop anything. After level 60, the price of gems starts to go up. If you don't have bless, you'll drop your backpack, and you'll lose a lot of levels and a lot of skills or a lot of magic level, and the backpack that you drop when you get killed. It's this one right here called Booth Backpack. You drop it completely, you explode like a bomb, puff, and you lose everything you were carrying while hunting. And as a result, you'll lose even more. More levels, more magic level skill, or more melee or distance skill. So there's a lot of gem consumption here. What happens? You buy gems here inside this market. You put in precious gems, and this is basically the primary and most significant thing within the entire game, which serves as the fundamental in-game currency. Besides Kaka, gems are highly coveted. Obviously, right now their purchase price is 34k each. So that's the game's market. I mean, gems and Kaka. What happens? When you, as a high-level player, have a lot of Kakas, you have a lot of money. For example, here I go to the bank. It explains what Kaka is and what it isn't. Here I have 1.3 Kaka. If I wanted to sell this, right now I would go into a channel with certain people on WhatsApp or Facebook. Within the same trade, you can't sell it for bolivars through trade. Obviously, because you could get banned, but there's a big external market on the side. So what happens is that on WhatsApp, there are groups, lots of groups, a ton of them. Groups for buying and selling Kakas, for buying and selling premise, and for buying and selling items. What are the items like? Well, you get items by doing quests at certain levels. You start leveling up. As you level up, and automatically some bosses are unlocked that you have to kill every certain number of hours. At least I'm killing one. It's at level 90 and it's called Necro. I don't know what, the boss. What it lets you do is kill it every 10 hours. And with the possibility of buying some VOH that drop for you that are called Booth of, I don't even know what they're called here. In Tibia, they're called Booth of Asti. Here, I don't know what the VOH are called. But anyway, that's the least important part. I know they're called VOH. Maybe I'll show you in another video or teach you privately by sending it on TikTok. They're worth 10 Kakas, approximately 10 Kakas. Selling them to resellers who are the ones that buy the most because they're the ones with the most customers to sell to. Resellers will pay you approximately between 17 and 19 bolivars. The Kaka via mobile payment. There are resellers who are verified within WhatsApp groups, and those are the ones people trust the most. They would be calculator. They would be this 10 kere. Chain. Get to 17, that's what they buy the most. It would be approximately 1,700 bolivars. No, that is to say it would be around 1,700 bolivars. No, 700 bolivars, brother. 700 bolivars. If I'm not mistaken, you're winning simply because the level 90 boss drops that item on you. Obviously, you sell it to the character, maybe he needs the boots. You get what I mean? It's up to you whether you put them on the character or sell them within the groups or sell them by moving around in the side market. It's a very vast market. Me in the WhatsApp groups that are still active on Facebook, they're in groups on Telegram too. I still don't know if there are ice cream groups. I imagine so. There are many ice cream groups where items are bought and sold. Resellers are there. There are few trustworthy resellers. They're like, I know 2 of them, and I'm going to become a reseller soon with me. There would be 3. So, likewise, if I were to buy poop, I would buy it for 17, 16 and a half at Pagomobile or Binance. I would accept Binance or Pagomobile. In the same way, if I have to buy them, I would pay them through Binance or Pagomobile. I'm not active with that yet, but soon. There are voices that I say that are higher level. They're not 90 nor 120, 150, 300. If you're a bit lucky, they drop you amazing items that are super, super good, super expensive. There are items in the game that cost up to $300 or $400, which are very hard to get. But if you really put effort into the game, it gives you a good profit. Besides the junk, besides whatever you're going to sell, whether it's premium or whatever else you sell, at least there's a certain logic in the game that has that. Also, in Tibia, when there's a war on a server, when people are like this, like the ones out here, which is 508, but when there's war, real war, alliances, attacks, and a lot of gold. I mean, when the war is really intense, when you can't take your eyes off anyone, it's crazy. Nobody is farming junk. So whoever can farm junk, the junk automatically sells for a higher price. Because it's scarce, there's a shortage of junk because people are killing each other and losing stuff. They lose gems, they lose blessings, and blessings cost gems, which are these blessings right here. They charge me 10, but for a level 500, they take away 30 or 40 gems for each death, and they're dying all the time and buying more. They're farming junk like crazy just to be able to get the bless, because if they don't get the bless, they'll get killed and might drop something. So there's always demand for gems, demand for premium. Premium lasts 30 days, and you activate it with gems automatically. If you can buy gems with junk, then the junk sells automatically. There's a lot of buying and selling of junk because the market is always moving. As I said, it's a very vast market with lots of people consuming, sometimes spending as soon as they get it. They don't have time to level up, so they want to play, and now they need to buy the junk. I buy and sell. A lot of people like it. They play for fun, and they want to have their character at the very top. And they need expensive items that you can get for them and sell to people, whether it's through mobile payment or Binance. This is a world, as I said, vast, very big, really, really big, full of buying and selling of items, junk, premium, gems, and everything else. Once you level up, you start joining the groups. You start making friends within the game, and then you start bringing those same people into the website groups, into the Tali and Pim Pom Pam groups. And that's where you'll have a market within the game. There are times when maybe you have 20K and can't find a buyer, but you keep saving it. And when you reach 30 or 35, someone comes along and you sell it to them. That's how it goes. Why? Because here, you'll always need caca, you'll always need money, you'll always need items. There will always be a demand for caca because the game is designed that way. Everything costs something. Gems and gems cost money. So that's how the world of Law works. The world of Law is not a cryptocurrency per se, but rather a market that we, the players themselves, have created. Just like Tibia. Tibia has been working the same way for 26 years, and this one is 20 years younger. In other words, it's been working the same way for 6 years. It's a game that you have to dedicate time to, a game that you have to spend certain hours on each day. But once you reach a respectable level, a level that is truly respectable for the monsters, truly respectable for the people, then you start generating more money. Why? Because you can do more expensive bosses, you can level up in more expensive places where you get more valuable items, you can do higher level bosses that drop pricier items. and everything gets more expensive for you, and automatically you have the sale of items and junk to new players. To the people who are on guard, everything that happens is within a group. Remember, there are 67 servers or not. I remember if there are more, and you can move from server to server to sell your junk without any problem. For example, in this one called Brandon, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the global. That's 8 servers. So there are lots of people, different servers, guards, fights, brawls, everything. And maybe you sell your junk to people who aren't even on your same server. Okay, so there's also the gem business, the premium business. Now, when it comes to premium and gems, that's with a card. That's a different thing. But there are also a lot of people who are dedicated to that kind of business. Here inside the game. The game, on the side, it's like real life. Buy cheap, sell expensive. It's a buy and sell market for the sharpest, kind of like real life. It becomes like real life when you understand the game and the currency. It practically turns into what real life is because it works just like real life. I buy cheap, sell expensive, buy a point lower, sell a point higher. Tikitita quiti, I get the loot, I sell. I got a vest, an armor, or an LED that costs a ton of money. I grabbed it, stored it, sold it, posted it. They gave me this much. No, I need this much. No, I don't have it. All right, okay, next one. I'll offer you this much. No, I want this much. Done. Mobile payment. Boom, done. Boom, you know how it is. Boom, just go for whatever you're going to ask for. And the market is always moving like that. A lot of Brazilians play here. A lot of Venezuelans play. And a lot of, I think they're Spanish. I've run into a lot of Spaniards, Venezuelans, and Brazilians. I've also come across quite a few Colombians here. Well, it's a pretty big world, like I said. It's a pretty big market. Colombia has its own group. Brazil has its own group. And so on. Venezuela has its own group too. And that's it, like I explained to you. Remember, everything in this game is fundamentally based on gems. You buy gems in the... Here, in the market, you see. The gems in the market, the gems for the bless, and the gems for the 30 days. And I have 25 support left, which is this. Support voucher 30 days, costs 250 gems. Junten as a sign. That's what lets you auto loot and all that. It costs 100 gems. If you get killed, like today, if I get killed, I use up 10 gems and 10 gems. In KK, it's 10 gems in KK is, I don't have any cash, I'm broke, thanks to management. It's 34 times 10. Do the math. Let's do the math. 34 times 10 would be 340k. So if I get killed, if it happens twice, I'm already using up 20 bolivars, you get me? I'm losing 20 bolivars in real life, which I could have sold to someone else and made 20 bolivars through mobile payment. So look, I'm the one with 100. When it's 300 and they kill me once, I lose 40 bolivars in one go. So it's a vast world, a really big market that you have to start understanding, which I'm explaining to you here. I hope you get it. And well, that's it. Just gotta hustle and level up so we can get into the vast world that is LAO. Take care, hit the notification bell, and subscribe. Please, it really helps me a lot. Give it a like and leave a comment. It helps me a lot. And doing everything I'm asking you right now is absolutely free. Thanks for the support. Algae Crypto.